name is Brendan Reviews, and welcome to another episode of Scariest Media. I believe we're on the 11th episode right now. And, well, I look up the scariest songs of all time, and one of the first ones that pop up is Frankie Teardrop by a band called Suicide. I don't know if it really needs an introduction. That's a lot right there. So you know what? Without further fucking ado, we're not messing around. We're just gonna hop right into it.
Frankie Teardrop, 20-year-old Frankie. He's married, he's got a kid. He's working at a factory.
He's married and he's got a kid and he works at a factory.
He's working from 7 to 5. He's just trying to survive. Well, let's hear it for Frankie. Frankie.
I'm not really scared or anything. This is kind of funny. It was 7 to 5.
But Frankie can't make it, cause things are just too hard.
Come on.
Frankie can't make enough money. Frankie can't buy enough food. Frankie's getting evicted.
Okay.
Well, let's hear it for Frankie.
So it's progressing. The song is 10 minutes long and we're 2 minutes in now. Okay.
He's gonna kill his wife and kid.
Oh, he's gonna kill his wife and kid.
Frankie's gonna kill his kid. Frankie make up a gun. Pointed at the 6-month-old kid in the crib. Oh, Frankie.
Okay, now it's definitely getting unsettling. Was that yelp him going insane? Was that a yelp of him killing his wife or kid? Oh yeah, he killed his wife right there. Ah.
Let's hear it for Frankie.
No tears for Frankie. Jesus.
Frankie Teardrop. Frankie with a gun to his head. Frankie's dead.
So Frankie shot himself. This is definitely unsettling. What is this song progressing into? So we are now 5 minutes and 54 seconds in. And got another 4 minutes left, and I'm just I don't know where this song is going. Does he go to hell, or is it the rest of this just instrumental? Oh my god, So this is literally a song about a guy who kills his wife, and did he kill his kid yet? I don't think so. I didn't hear that. But he's gonna kill... So he killed his wife, but then he killed himself. Those screams, man. Every time it screams, I just jump a little because of how fucking loud it is. It's in your face, and it just doesn't let up. It's relentless. It's very shocking. I wonder how anyone would feel if on Halloween night, a spooky night, the DJ at a club played this song, and I just wonder how everyone would feel? People keep dancing, or would people just like get mad at the DJ, or would they sit back and listen and let it play out? But it definitely is progressing. The instrumental's definitely getting louder. Those screams are fucking horrifying. My God. We gotta be coming up close. Yep. Okay. Song's about to end in 10 seconds. Okay. That's Frankie Teardrop by Suicide. That's definitely an interesting one, I'll say that much. Okay, I mean, yeah. So, I guess without further ado, let's hop into it. Okay, so this is the third time I'm fucking recording this. Let's actually get this one done and in the way I wanted to do it. So, first time I recorded this, I fucked up with the rating because as I was editing it, I went back through the lyrics, and the lyrics do tell me that the kid did die and that Frankie did go to hell. The second time I recorded this, I just hated the way I fucking did it. I totally got the angle wrong. I totally was on the wrong side of the screen, and there was like no salvaging it. I looked like complete shit. I mean, right now I don't look my best, but god damn, that was terrible. And now here we are. Let's fucking do this. Starting off with quality and production. So, in my opinion, this is a decently put together song. The voice is at times funny, which doesn't work to its unsettlingness, but when it does start to say more unsettling things, like how he plans on killing his family, how he has killed his kid, how he has killed his wife, and he is going to kill himself, and that he is rotting in hell, that's when the voice starts to get scary, especially when it comes down to the screams. The screams are the scariest part of this whole track. Those screams are intense. It sticks with you. That's the biggest thing. They're intense and they stick with you. The reverb on it definitely adds to its unsettlingness because it just seems to like never end, whatever, and it just like prolongs the unsettlingness. The instrumentation is very subdued and very well done, and I think that as a whole, the song is a decent song. It's not a song I'm ever gonna come back and listen to because I enjoyed it, but I do think that it's a decently put together song. The vocals are overall good besides the moments where, you know, leading up to the scares, it's funny. I think the instrumentation's good, and I think those screams are absolutely impactful. So for quality production, I'm gonna go ahead and give it a 1.5 out of 2. Moving on to the realism. So, when it comes down to realism of this song, we need to take into account murder, suicides, right? And how that kind of plays out. So, with a murder-suicide, it normally involves like life going terribly, and when that person believes that they've lost it all, they just crack underneath the pressure and kill everybody else that they hold near and dear to them, and then kill themselves because they got nothing else to lose, right? Frankie was like working this really shitty job. He wasn't able to pay for the bills. He was about to get evicted, couldn't even pay for food, right? So if he's not able to pay for food for himself or his family, he's probably thinking in his mind, what's the point, right? What's the point of my family living in this world if I can't even pay for them? We're about to get evicted from our house and whatever, right? So he probably went ahead and killed them for that very reason. And in my opinion, the lead up to that is there's enough details in there for you to understand why he did kill his family and why he did kill himself. There's no excuse for it, but you understand why. And so as for the realism, I think that that's like a good plus to it. The only thing that I would say that I wish we had more of was there any one moment where he just snapped? Where it was like, that was the straw that broke the camel's back. But we never got any of that. And we never heard any moment where it was like that. So as a whole, like there's enough details for you to truly fill in the gap on how this whole thing played out. Because his life was going to shit, I'm happy that they portrayed it in a way where he isn't just being a serial killer. He literally just shot his kid and he shot his wife and then shot himself. That's truly what a murder-suicide is like. It's not like as if he's turning into a serial killer and he's going to start torturing his wife and kid. he just killed them because he cracked, and then he killed himself because he couldn't live with that either. So as a whole, I think it's overall a decently realistic song given the situation, just because that we're missing a few like details that are mixed in the gray, you know, this whole thing that we just don't know. Like, was there any one moment where he did snap? Like, how did everything exactly play out? Was it literally just like he walked into the house and shot his family? I don't know, right? I wish that we had a little bit more detail into it, but as a whole, overall, very realistic song. I'm gonna go ahead and give it a 1.5 out of 2. Moving on to gore score. So originally, I gave this thing a 1 out of 2 on the gore score, but now that I realize he's in hell and he did kill his kid, yeah, it's not getting a 1. So this is more of a psychological affair than it is like necessarily physical body horror scare, if you know. But we have Frankie killing himself, we have Frankie shooting his wife, and we have Frankie shooting his 6-month-old baby. Okay, as I said, this is a murder-suicide, right? And the horror of it is not only like how he killed them, but also like what led up to it and why he killed them. And I think that's what I'm trying to get at when I say it's the psychological aspect of it, because he killed them because of this horrible life that he was living, hated his life and everything that was going on in it, the eviction and not being able to pay for food and rent. So I think for that reason alone, the psychological aspect is much bigger and much grander than like the physical aspect of him actually shooting his wife and kid and himself. And ultimately, it put him into hell. And at the end of the song, you literally hear them say, "We're all in hell with Frankie." And it's just, yeah, it's a pretty depressing and down song that totally like psychologically affects you on this horrible level. And for the gore score, we definitely don't know any of the details of what happened when he shot his wife and kid. Like if they said something along the lines of like he shot his kid, the blood splattered on the wall, like okay, that would have definitely like tacked on a little bit more of a point. Like, but as a whole, because we are missing some of those details, but the psychological factors and like how the actual events played out, the gore score alone does also get a 1.5 out of 2. But now let's talk about creep factor. Creep factor. This song, in hindsight, is much creepier than I anticipated it being. So this is like 4 days after I've initially filmed my reaction to it. Yeah, it actually is quite a creepy song. Certain aspects of the song are actually very creepy, especially given into everything else that we've already talked about, being the murder-suicide and the fact that he did go to hell. And to many people, this story would be horrifying, right? This is a very scary story about a man who just snapped underneath the pressure of life and he got punished for it. He went to hell, and then it says that we're all in hell with Frankie. That line alone is also very creepy and definitely adds on to it. But as a whole, when it comes down to this song, what makes it creepy and what doesn't make it creepy? So as I said, the voice, when it's being funny, it is actually funny. It isn't like creepy. It's not creepy. There are moments where the voice just isn't scary, but once it starts screaming, that's when it gets scary. That's when it starts to ramp up and you actually start to feel the terror that is going on in this little situation in this story. As a whole, though, the instrumentation, there's not enough of it to really like impact you scare-wise. Like, it's not like as if it's a whole bunch of guitars being plugged together. It's not like heavy percussion. It's just this like little subdued like synth pulse with every now and then a layered guitar on top of it. It's not this in-your-face instrumental like Daddy by Korn, where that guitar riff was creepy and unsettling. As a whole, it's not that creepy, but at the same time, it has enough to keep you creeped out. There are moments in this where you are definitely creeped out, where they stick with you, but then the other half of it, it's just the instrumental, which isn't a lot to grasp onto, and the funny vocals at times just don't really add much to it. So because it's half and half, I'm gonna go ahead and give it a 2 out of 4 for the creep factor. So guys, with a 1.5 on the quality of production, a 1.5 on the realism, a 1.5 on the gore score, and a 2 out of 4 on the creep factor, that brings our boy Frankie Teardrop to a 6.5 out of 10, which is a slightly unnerving rating? God damn, I don't even know my own ranking system. It's a slightly unnerving rating. So guys, there you go. My name is Brendan Reviews, and I hope you guys have a great day, evening, night, whatever the fuck time you guys are watching this, and I'll see you all next time.